Okay, guys, I do have a story for you today. I can tell you about the time that I almost drowned. Well, this story goes. I told you guys I knew how to swim later in life when I was like 10, 11, 12. But when I was 6 or 7, I didn't know how to swim. We used to have a pool. We used to have like an in-ground pool in one of our houses that we used to live at. And it was a pretty big, decent sized pool. Like, we had a shallow and a deep end. The deep end was very, very deep. It was extremely deep. It was insane. I don't got the exact measurements or whatever, but it was very deep. So anyway, I said before, I have siblings. My older sister, who at the time, me and her didn't get along. I'm glad we got along later in life. But at this time, she knew I couldn't swim, but she threw me into the deep end because that's what she did. She threw me in the deep end, and then she swam past me. I grabbed onto her foot, and I wouldn't let go because if I would let go, I couldn't swim. So I had to. So if I had let go, I would have been doing this, and I was in the middle of the pool, and I grabbed on her foot, and she was trying to shake me off her, but she couldn't shake me off. She eventually got to the side of the pool, and I grabbed onto the ledge, and she started screaming. Every time. She started screaming to my mom, "Kelsey, hold on to me in the pool!" And just I started screaming her head off. And I was just like, she literally threw me in the deep end, Mom. She literally tried to drown me. And this time, she got yelled at. She's like, "Why did you throw Kelsey in the deep end?" And she's just like, "Well, I don't know." Yeah, so if I wouldn't have grabbed onto her as she swam by, I don't know if there'd be a Kelsey today. That's the kind of crap that I went through when I was older. But I mean, obviously she grew up, and I grew up, and we made up since then. Even though I was just in the shallow one, just playing, and she kind of threw me into the deep end because I was a very small child. So yeah, I didn't know how to swim, but at that time, and obviously I know how to swim in my later years. When I told you about the story when I tried to save Matt when he was drowning, and he almost drowned me with him. But yeah, I almost drowned in my own pool thanks to my sister, but luckily I was smart enough to latch onto her. And then she tried to tattle on me, and then tell my mom that I grabbed her foot, which I did, because if I wouldn't have, I would have drowned. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story. Sibling rivalry has always been a thing with me and my sister. So I hope you enjoyed this story. Christina, if you're watching, you know I love you. And these stories are just funny to me now. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.